is Quant worth holding in your portfolio? Well, in this video, that's what I'm going to dive into, so hit that like button and let's jump into it. Alright, so today we're going to dive into Quant. I know I haven't done a Quant video on my channel in quite some time now. Just wanted to get some other projects out to you guys that I've been covering and accumulating for this bull run here. I've covered Quant on my channel since my channel started, but wanted to do a video on Quant because people are losing hope in it, wondering if they should trade it for other coins, if it's worth holding in their portfolio, etc., etc. So we're going to jump into that here. So Quant currently at $61. Now, I know the price action on Quant has been extremely disappointing over the last year or so. Over the last couple years, really. We're going to jump into that in this video. Currently, the market cap is under 1 billion. We're at 888 million current market cap with Quant. The good thing is that there's pretty much 90% of the supply in circulation already, like 99% of the supply. So you're not really going to see any dilution of the value. Now, the team may sell some tokens to pay for certain things with the project and stuff like that. But other than that, there's no really any VCs or anything that are going to be dumping on people. Team members and stuff selling coins and that pretty much helps pay for the project and keep it going, so that is normal, but you don't have early investors dumping on you. So we're going to take a look at the price action with Quant here. I'm on the weekly chart, and we did get up to like $150 or so back in December 2023 and March of this year. So we did have some good price action with it. Now we've corrected more than 50% on it, so people are getting depressed and upset with it. But you got to remember, back here in 2022, we pumped to over $228, which is like a 4x from here out of nowhere, and it came all the way from down here at like $40 all the way up to $220 in just a matter of a few months. So a move like that can happen with Quant. It's not completely dead. Just kind of some downward price action here in the rest of the bear cycle, and then some momentum upward. And now we've been dumping on down again. People have lost kind of some hope in the project with it. Still a great project though. Is it going to give you some major gains in this bull run? I don't know. That's the thing. It's kind of like, is ISO 222 going to be any narrative in this bull run? Right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be. It is a possibility though. I've been wondering if Quant would do some kind of artificial intelligence partnership or technology on their Overledger platform that could push this to be bullish in this bull run when AI runs. But so far, there's been no news of artificial intelligence really with the Quant Overledger. But I would think at some point they're going to have to integrate some kind of Overledger technology with artificial intelligence. Now, if you look at the chart here for the last bull run, we did get up to over $400. So you can see it can move. It can make quite explosive moves. That move here from what, $93 all the way up to $440 or whatever it was just over the course of basically a month and a half here. So it can move really quickly when it wants to. It's a very low supply in this coin, so when it does move and it gets explosive, it moves quickly because there's a low supply, and there can be supply shock with this one really easily. It's actually more scarce than Bitcoin. So will it pump to $500, $1,000 in this bull run though? That's what people are wondering. I don't know, but I don't think that it's maybe going to do as good as I hoped it would. But there's potential that it may out of nowhere decide to take off. We'll take a look at the last bull run here when it took off like this. You got to remember, in 2021, this was July while everything was dumping, and Quant here was taking off while everything is dumping, and there's no real logical reason for that move, and the whole market was dumping, but Quant was taking off. So it's a very strange coin. When it pumps, and you just don't know what it's going to do. But definitely one that I want to have in my portfolio in case the narrative turns bullish, because it's so scarce of an asset that it could explode if the right things were in place. We're going to jump into their website here, and you can see they're still doing updates as of October, even late October 24th. There's an article here about digital transformation in banking, financial services, and insurance, the future of money. Another article on the 16th of October, how DLT regulation will accelerate Europe's adoption of digital assets. The 7th of October, will banks ever be able to tap into the liquidity and permissionless blockchains? And then, the 17th of September, they talked about the UK Finance's regulated liability network experimentation phase report than they were at the European Blockchain Convention here on September 11th. So they're definitely a very active project, and just because there's no price action doesn't mean that they're not building this thing and continually making new partnerships for Quant and building the overledger to perform for all of these financial institutions. You got to remember that their founder has a lot of connections in the financial institution. He has a huge background in this area, and he's got partnerships with all the big banks, so the Bank of International Settlements and stuff like that. So definitely has the connections to make this happen. It's just a matter of, is there going to be some kind of really bullish news that happens with Quant over the next several months that makes this take off and the narrative take off? That's what we're kind of waiting on to see if that's going to happen or not. So earlier this month, the senior European finance professionals gathered in Amsterdam for the Digital Transformation and BFSI event. Our Chief Product Officer, Martin Hargreaves, delivered a keynote presentation in the future of money. We believe that tokenized money, secure and programmable, will allow commercial banks to build new products, create new revenue lines, and simplify existing processes here. So they're a U.S. retail cross-border B2B and remittance payments infrastructure in South America here with LIC Chain back in 2022, and then Project Rosalind here in 2023. I've covered those on my channel before. And then in 2024, the UK regulated liability network of the UK Finance. So they're saying the LA Chain, a USD retail cross-border B2B and remittance payments infrastructure leverage distributed ledger technology to increase financial inclusion, improve the sustainability of supply chains, protect intellectual property, and reduce fraud. Martin then described our involvement in the Bank of England's retail central bank digital currency experiment with Project Rosalind. So they talked about that at the event as well, and then they covered the other aspects of what Quant is doing with the overledger to prepare for the use of CBDCs and technology with all the different banks out there, because they have some amazing things that they can do with the Quant overledger. So they're definitely still very active and still active in the finance community and building this platform, getting it ready for these digital currencies, the central bank digital currencies, and for the big financial institutions to use and adopt the Quant overledger. And I think they'll accomplish that. And I think maybe that narrative doesn't hit this bull run, but eventually I think Quant is going to do really well, whether it's in 2025 or whether it's in 2029. We'll have to wait and see here, but I think it's going to do really well. If some people lose their belief in the project, they may want to swap it out for other projects that they think are definitely going to do well. It's a smaller portion of my portfolio, so I'm not too worried about whether one or two coins don't perform as well as I'd like them to. If they don't perform as well, I'm still okay with the rest of my portfolio, hopefully. So that's pretty much what I got for this video, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.